right, ladies, sorry to miss you today, but I wanted to give you a quick overview of the cards. So this one is called Happy Place, and you can say happy place, happy life, happy birthday, happy retirement, whatever combination you want. I do have happy retirement already set up on a plate, so that might be easiest, but you could probably easily swap out a retirement with birthday for sure. But it's up to you. So then you're going to stamp it all in black. And just noticing I need some black ink, so let me grab that. But anyhow, after you stamp it, then you will color it with 3 different color of blends. So I think I used the 3 colors that I used are in the bucket right here. But if you want to choose different colors, you're more than welcome to do that. And then after I did it, I colored over it in the Wink of Stella glitter pen that you see there. So pretty easy, but I love it. Okay, so this one's called Amber Autumn, and it is also pretty easy. You're just stamping the tree on some vanilla paper using crumb cake ink, and then you're going to die cut it out. And when you die cut it out, there are 2 dies there, the outline of the tree and then the details on the tree. So you can do both of those at the same time. And then the other thing is the deer. So when you cut out the deer, you can see that die there, you're going to want to put the deer up to the very top of this paper so that there's room at the bottom for the ground, and then the deer is going to go up to the very top. So I think that's sort of all you need to know with that one. This one is called Coneflower Celebrations. I didn't put this one in a plastic sleeve because, as you can see, it opens up. And for this one, I tried to do some of the work for you. So for example, the flower piece here is already cut out. So you're just going to need to stamp the flower 1 time right there and then fold it over so that you can write on the inside. If for some reason you mess up, then flip it over and have that be the piece that you glue down, and then try it on that side. So you do have 2 attempts before you glue it down, because normally I have you stamp first and then cut, but I was just trying to speed things up for you. And then for the stem part, I already stamped the stem and the leaves, so you'll want to die cut those out, and then don't throw away this piece of paper. So this is going to serve as this outside border right here. So you'll just want to make sure you don't cut like through here. Just die cut the images out on the inside and then save this outside piece as your mat. And then you can stamp a little sentiment on whatever scrap you have. If you want to do happy belated birthday, you can do that in there. There's also, I'm sorry I missed your special day, let's extend the celebration. So there are lots of different sentiments. You can decide what you want to do. Now, as for coloring it, I used watercolor pencils, which we haven't used in a while, but here are 2 sets of watercolor pencils, and once you've colored it, then you use this blender pen to blend the colors. So, and then this background is embossed here. So that's that one. This one is a Halloween version, and I know not everyone celebrates Halloween, so if you don't celebrate Halloween, there is an option. You can make one of there are 9 cards in this fall for 12. I don't know if that's how you say it right, but paper pumpkin kit. So 3 each of 3 different designs. The instructions are in there so you can see what they look like. And then the stamp that is used in that kit is that stamp set right there. So those are my paper pumpkin stamps. Now, if you're making this card, you basically have like 6 pieces of paper that you're going to rip, and then after you rip them, you're going to sponge the edges using a sponge and the black ink, and then you're going to add some googly eyes, and I've got lots of different options down there. And then you're going to add the word boo up at the top, and I already die cut out the BOO, and I put it on sticker paper. So that is ready for you to go. What's not ready is the exclamation point. So you have sticker paper in your envelope. The exclamation point comes from that little die right there. So you're just going to line the sticker paper up on the die on the exclamation point and run just that over. So you just make sure it doesn't move as you're running it over. So that's the Halloween version. And then lastly is this pretty one called Peaceful View. And it's very simple. It's one background stamp that you're just stamping in black. Now, the easier option might be using black ink. And I did add a refill here in case you want to juice up the pad. But if you do that, I would definitely use the Stamparatus because you would have to do it multiple times to get full coverage on that. If you don't want to do black ink, you can do heat embossing. So that's what I did. You're going to have to stamp the image with the Versamark and then use some of this black embossing powder. And then the sentiment, and like I said, it's on this plate. So you can still do it like you normally do it. Just take the Versamark and go like that, go over on your thing, and then take your paper over to the embossing station. And then the sentiment is "You inspire me," and that is right here. And you can decide, I think it would probably be easiest to just use black memento to add a sentiment there if you want. Or you can just leave it blank or put a sentiment on the inside. But anyhow, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to text me, and I hope to see you guys all soon.